So today I'm going to be watching this video. It's called How to Become a Norwegian Conscript, and it said in the description that national service is still a thing in Norway, so that's something that everybody has to do in Norway. Tell me if you actually went through that yourself. What was it like? What's your experience? Do you think it's a good thing? I'm from the UK, and the last Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, who just got voted out, actually raised the prospect or idea of implementing national service in the UK again. They used to have it, but not anymore. I actually am not completely against it. I think it's actually a good thing. I've seen how it works in Finland, and it has a lot of benefits to the people, whether it's that camaraderie with other people, learning a lot of life skills, discipline. I actually think it's a good thing if it's did in a correct way. So tell me how it is in Norway. What's your experience? And yeah, let's learn about it.
These soldiers are from Norway, a country where it's compulsory for 17-year-olds to sign up for national service. However, only around 15% of that age group are selected each year.
So only 15% of people actually need to do it. Tell me what you think about that. Do you think more people should have to do it? Should it be a higher percentage? Were you one of those people? If you weren't, how did you feel not being part of it? Were you sad that you missed out on it, or were you happy?
I was an apprentice as a lift engineer, so I built and serviced lifts.
In the beginning it was really hard. It was much harder than I imagined, but it was also fun. I learned a lot.
The selection process begins by submitting paperwork online.
Everyone has to fill out, but there's one question, do you want to join or no? So it's 1 year where you do a lot of different stuff. It's quite different from being a civilian.
We are actually very fond of that system because we think it works and it really gives a bigger connection between our armed forces and the population, which gives a broader perspective on defense within the population than we think we would have if we had an all-volunteer force.
Most of
that
these
is good. I guess it is good for that side of things, having that respect within the populace of a country, having the support. And yeah, I think again, especially like this age group, 17, I think is a very good age just after school, before maybe like university or something. Really learning so many good things.
Most of these soldiers are conscripts nearing the end of their training. They're in Latvia taking part in an exercise which pits nations against each other and scores them on their defensive and offensive tactics.
It's pretty cool actually to see how much we as a conscript who has trained for 10 months can weigh out against the professional soldiers who have been in the army, for example, 6 years. We fought against the Estonians the other day and we won both the battles, so it's pretty good.
After training, most soldiers return to civilian life. 21-year-old Martin Larsen works as a supply teacher back home.
Now I'm going back to that school again for first and then move out of home and yes, study some more and find out what I really want to do.
Some soldiers become reservists while others apply to enlist. Sergeant Rasmus Rindal has served for 3 years.
I have a bachelor's degree in finance, and that was that was what I wanted to do, become a stockbroker, actually.
But it was the comradeship that made the 25-year-old decide to stay on.
Working.
Okay, so it mentioned 17 years old there, but when he was mentioning about the degree, of course I knew he must be older. So what age group is this applicable to? Can you do it any age? Is there like an age limit? Is 17 just the youngest you can do it, but you can still choose to do it afterwards? If that's the case, tell me what age you joined and how that affected the time there.
Working hard, big backpacks, long walks. It makes strong bonds between people, and that's what I like the most about it. And also the career opportunities, of course.
Norway's national service dates back 200 years, ever since the creation of the country's constitution, which states that any citizen between the ages of 18 and 44 can be called upon to defend the country.
It was last used during the Second World War when soldiers were mobilized following the German Nazi invasion on Norway, the attack on 9 of April 1940. That was when we last used it for defensive purposes in Norway.
Since then, Norway has been involved in very few conflicts, but its defence spending is being increased this year by more than 3%. Like some other NATO allies, the country is facing increased tension in Europe and is making moves to bolster its defences. At least with national service, it has guaranteed boots on the ground available.
If it would be a real crisis and someone wants to attack Norway, then of course it's my duty to defend.
Reporting for NATO Channel, this is Mel Preen.
Very cool. So yeah, good to see guys like that who have that mentality, who are willing to defend the country, put themselves through the conscription to have those skills to do that. So very, very good. I have a lot of respect for people who want to go through that and join the military and so on. So yeah, can take that from it, but also yeah, again, all those skills that you can learn just through that time period. So yeah, how long is the conscription? Did it mention it? Is it maybe like 1 year or something like that? Tell me more about that, and yeah, just about your experiences as well. Would love to hear about it, and recommend more videos about the Norwegian military. I'm going to be watching more soon, so if you've got any recommendations, please leave them in the comments. Thanks.